Just heard a bark. Pulled it, bailing, so might be a good one. Gaz caught it. Pups are about to get there, so see what happens. Must be a good pig. Got one. Decent boar, probably 90 pounder. Nice little tusks on it. Fortunately they grabbed it. I was hoping for a bail up, but probably have to leave one of the pups behind for a pig that big, but pretty cool. I was happy to get one because haven't been having heaps of luck lately, so pretty rapt about that. Go have a look at his little jaw. Cool place to catch a pig. Beautiful morning. So got one pretty early, it's probably 7. Wouldn't be any later than 7 now, so rapt about that. Good stuff. Got one.
If you've been watching our hunting videos from this year, you already would have met Pepper and Blaze, our up-and-coming young pig dogs. Throughout the year, they've seen about 40 pigs now and helped secure us a ton of meat that we've shared around with our friends and family and fed a heap of people. Along the way, they've continued to hone their skills at tracking and stopping pigs to where now they are able to start catching some pigs by themselves. This episode takes us on the next stage of their journey as we head out in pursuit of a big old tusky boar to keep testing them out and teaching them how to contain a pig that's bigger, smarter and tougher than what they're used to. So come along for the ride as we head out on another adventure.
Well, we're on a pig hunt and the dogs have already gone off for a look before we had time to do our introduction, so I'll try and keep it short and sweet before we have a massive boar build up. But yeah, we've had 200 mils of rain and it's washed all the old sign away, so anything that's here should be quite fresh. And we've got Noah, Harry and myself, so all 3 brothers for once, which is cool to get out together. And I've got the big camera, so we should get some good shots, and fingers crossed we can make it all come together.
Just gotta find a decent pig now.
Yeah, there's a few little pigs around this area, so we're hoping the one they can get onto is a good one.
Like, to where a boar would be though.
We were talking before, there's like a river flats, and there's the piggery zone, which is like up to about 200 metres above the river, and then boar zone above that. They've gone into the boar zone, so we all...
Neck minute, squealing.
Yeah.
Probably.
Dogs have finally got fit. It's almost the end of winter now and they've actually got fit.
Let's go, because it's quite a good sized mark here, so fingers crossed they can get onto that pig, because quite often you're trying to find a good pig and the dogs end up bumping into the other pigs, but it's a good start anyway to get them onto the scent of the good pig.
Show us what you're running at the back of your haircut there.
Mullet. It's good luck for the boars, eh?
Harry's just working on his mullet. Should be quite good by the raw.
I'll probably cut it off by then, I'd say. Just going to follow the dogs along. They're kind of just up above us, but they've headed a little bit along this way, so I'm going to head along in case they get onto it.
Keep in touch. What's happened is?
And then they came back down. They might just be coming back, but probably what would do if they got onto it.
Yeah, well, that mumbling was Harry saying that the dog's gone to 600, and they're going uphill and they've just turned back on themselves, so either they've lost the pig or they've caught up to it and it's run back down. But 600 metres is a long way in the bush, so we'll get there as quick as we can. But there's two types of bush that you can hit in this country, and there's the beautiful open Nikau stuff, and then there's the supplejack and the guts and the shady areas, and that stuff is horrible. It can take you half an hour to move 50 metres through some of that shit. Okay, the dogs are treed up. So we got to 350 metres of them. Bush isn't too bad, so it should only take us 15 minutes to get there if it stays like this. Hopefully they've got one. It might just be having a drink or something. I'll keep going. So we've got to the dogs, and the pig's got away, and Blaze has got a cut on her foot. I think it's probably from the pig, because we can't find a little pig, so we think they must have had a big one bailed up and it's got her. And it's bleed quite a bit, so we're wrapping it up. We'll give her a bit of time to calm down and give her a drink and call it a day. Probably. Very disappointing. Got so close.
Just have to keep an eye on it when we're walking.
But like,
out.
you don't want it to like cut.
You should be able to see all the blood like where they were. Should go have a look. Probably
Disappointed now?
Yeah, it's almost happens quite often lately. This pull pigs up and then normally pull them up at like a K away, like they do, and then by the time you get there, just not that good at keeping them contained. Only one old dog and two young dogs.
Just putting a bit much pressure on them, I think.
Something like that. They just seem to just bail them and then eventually get away.
Blaze with the rip might learn to put a little less pressure on them.
Maybe. They're good, they don't hold them, but
and they're very good at stopping them.
It's just like we're wanting to be able them to catch one, like, so we can get there within like a couple minutes, shoot it.
Well, we actually just want them to be able to keep them for like an hour bailing.
Yeah, that'd be better, but at the moment you just know, you're just trying to get there as quick as you can, and then half of them are getting away. I did have it for like 20 minutes. Do you reckon? Easily, yeah. Or 15. Fucking they had it for like 5. Okay, so hit it. Went up that hill there and hit it and turned it back down.
Feeding, so it is your idea.
Go down the bridge side. Up and down. We're not being down. You go that way and you start heading left. Once it flattens off.
So after the disappointment of that pig getting away, we finally got back to where the dogs first left us. We're heading on our way back home, but we're into fresh country now, and there's a reasonable chance of getting onto a pig, so we'll keep pushing on. And dogs still look reasonably fresh. They're quite fit at the moment. There's still a chance. Let's keep moving. What happened? Oh.
And the fern went into there.
Alpha dog down.
That's so
Did it break and you fell on it?
That one there, see? If that was like any sharp, it'd go straight through your fucking back, eh?
It hit you hard, did it?
If I was a bit concerned it had gone into me for a bit. It surprised me. Oh, just the worst pain sort of thing, you know?
So it's not being...
It's like a dozy, like just holes like marking up.
Yeah, instant mark. Nice booty on them.
Good neck at the moment. Struggling into that pig.
I don't know what I was saying.
Absolutely battling, I almost had to have
It's easy though when you don't have a bag.
Yeah, it's weird.
Carrying 10 kg bags.
With jackets in it.
Unfortunately, it wasn't to be on this hunt, and we ended up going home empty-handed. But a few weeks later, once Blaze had healed up from her injury, I made my way back in to try again and see if this time the dogs and I could bring home the bacon.
Good morning everyone. We are off on a pig hunt. Got up at about 4:30 this morning and headed off because it's getting towards summertime now. It's getting a bit hotter. Want to get out and hunt before the sun gets too high in the sky. Yeah, been going for about an hour now. Got into where I went for a hunt the other day and got onto a couple of pigs, but couldn't get the job done. So got some unfinished business that hopefully today we can finish off. And got Pepper, Blaze and Jazz with us today, and they've already gone out. Blaze and Jazz are just under 300 meters away, so Pepper's just here doing nothing, but could be on already. Fingers crossed. Some really fresh rooting. The dogs are winding a little bit, but they haven't picked up a scent yet, so I'll just push through here and see what happens. Good country. Alright people, the dogs got one pulled up, bailing, so it's a good one. 3 dogs bailing, some big prints around. This could be the big one, boys and girls. Get it. Good dogs. Good dogs. Good dogs. Yes. Yes. Terrible footage of the shot because it was just charging the dogs right there. But I had a shot and he was in a position that if I went any closer he would have freaking taken me down. So I'll quickly stick him in. Good dogs. Good dogs, Jesse. Good dogs. Good dogs. Oh man, that was exciting. Big old boar up here, hiding up in this secret little valley. And yeah, dogs did a mean job of bailing him. I would have got, shame I couldn't get any footage, but as I was sneaking in, he went up into this thick supplejack stuff on this bank, and the dogs couldn't really get close to him. Every time they did, he'd charge back down, and there was no way for me to get around him. So I sort of had a shot through the trees. I couldn't even really like see what part of the body I was shooting at. I could see it was his front, and there lined up with the 44 and boomfire, he went down. That's the good thing about the 44 mag. It got some hitting power and it just sacked him right on the spot.
Good dog.
Dogs all look healthy from initial inspections. I'll give them a proper check over now, but far out. That's what we came for, everyone. We got him. Good girl, Jazzy. Good girl, Peps. Good girl, Blaze. Good dogs. Good dogs. Good dogs. Good dogs. Good dogs. Stoked with that.
Oh yes, what a freaking awesome hunt. So stoked with that. The dogs did awesome. They pulled it up probably, I don't know, it must have been about 400 meters away, but there's a little ridge in between me and where they caught it, and I couldn't hear them, but I knew the way they'd track that fast, and now that they're actually going pretty good, I had a reasonable possibility that they were going to pull it. And as soon as I got around the corner I could hear the bailing, and I was like, yes, we got ourselves a good pig. Yeah, and got the shot. Not much of a video unfortunately, but sometimes you just got to take the shot. You don't want to get injured because you're pissing around trying to get the footage. You know the story, you know how it happened, you know how in the thick of it we were, and he's a cool old pig. I don't know if he's really old. He's probably, you know, a good mature boar. Tusks, not huge, probably only 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches, so they're pretty small tusks for a pig up here of his age. And he's got this really weird scar on his back that's on both sides of his back up the top, so it almost looks like he might have been shot or something. It might not be, it might just be a wound from another pig or something, but it's weird that it's on both sides of his spine. But to be honest, now that I'm looking at it, if it went through there it would have fully killed him, so it must be an old injury from fighting with another pig, or maybe getting caught by dogs at some stage when he was a piglet or something. But his ears are still untouched, so yeah, the signs are pointing to it probably just being from fighting with another boar or scratching. I have seen them scratch the hair off their back there, but it's got some lumps, like it's got a scar, you know. So yeah, a bit of a trophy pig. I'd say you'd go definitely 100, really nice condition, really fat, maybe 110. Not a huge pig, but really good boar. That's a good boar for up here. And the hunt was awesome, the dogs did awesome, and after failing coming up here the other day, it's nice to get the rewards of some big miles. He's probably too big to carry out whole, so what I'll do is I'll pull the victory out and bone out all the good meat. Shot him in the front shoulder, so that might be a bit stuffed, but back steaks and back legs, and chuck it all in the pack, and yeah, head home. Hopefully the dogs don't catch another one on the way out. If you've watched many of our videos, you'll know that we always pull out a smoothie on our pig hunts. These backcountry yogurt and mueslis, what we do is we just leave one in the pack every time we go out hunting, and probably 9 times out of 10 we do a short hunt, you don't need it, but because they're freeze dried they'll last forever. We just leave it in the pack, and if you go for a hunt like I have today, where you've gone further than you were planning on it, especially when you're pig hunting, it happens all the time, you've got a meal that'll get you through the day, get you the energy you need to get back home, tastes nice, and you chuck a smoothie in there and you got yourself a little treat, whether you've had success and you want to have a treat, or whether you've had a failure of a mission and you just need a pick-me-up to get you back home. They go good, so yeah, would definitely recommend chucking one of these in your packs, whether you're hunting, tramping, whatever. They're just handy things to have as a sort of emergency food. Well, I think we'll basically end the video there. Had a good feed. Now it's time to chop them up, bone all the meat off, carry it out, take the tusks home, and yeah, there's nothing really much to see there. It's pretty boring from now on, but thanks so much for watching. We appreciate everyone that supports us by watching, subscribing, leaving comments. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure you do that, and we'll see you on the next episode. And if you haven't watched all of them, there's 10 years of videos in the catalogue there, so go check them out, and yeah, see you next time. Thanks for coming. Thanks to all of our sponsors, and remember that there's some discount codes in the description that you guys can use to get a great deal on some of our sponsors' products. See you later.